Hi babes, welcome to the witchsquill. This is the monthly reading for the sign of Pisces for April. This can be applied to the sun, moon, and rising. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate, so please just take what sticks and leave the rest. And we'll see what April has for you this month, Pisces. So we have 7 of Cups, the Knight of Wands in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse, 4 of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Cups, and the 3 of Wands on the back of the deck. All right, Pisces, I am getting that you are kind of looking towards the future, and there's a lot of opportunities that are available to you, and you kind of have a choice that you need to make, and you need to make it sort of quick, but I'm getting that you're kind of having trouble making this decision. You know, you're kind of like weighing the pros and cons, and you might be finding some more cons than pros. And I'm getting that this is like, it's kind of having an impact on your emotions, you know, and I almost feel like you might be, you're having some disharmony, and I feel like you might be bringing your emotions too much into it, where you're kind of thinking more with your heart rather than with your head, which, you know, Pisces, I know that's not uncommon for you. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you are a very in tune creature with your emotions, but sometimes that can be almost too much. Like you kind of take too much stock on your emotions and other people's emotions. So I'm almost getting the vibe where you kind of need to lead with your head rather than your heart, because you're leading with your heart right now, and it's not really giving you the clearest kind of path forwards, whether this is with your relationships, or with like a creative project that you're working on. But I'm really seeing that you're trying to kind of figure out, you know, what, you know, the next couple of months is kind of going to look for you, you know, kind of depending on what decision that you make, because I really feel like you have, you know, a couple of different opportunities that are available to you right now, whether it's you know, job prospecting, whether it's, you know, a creative, you know, project that you're kind of working on. You might have a couple of different ways that you could go about it. You know, could be, you know, a couple of different romantic prospects, but whatever you're kind of working towards, you almost need to take a step back from your emotions a little bit. You need to rein it in a little bit and think a little bit more clear-headed, and kind of figuring it out more from an objective perspective rather than how you feel, because emotions are like the tides. They ebb and they flow. They are not constant. So making decisions purely off of your emotions is not really sustainable. So let's get some clarity here, Pisces. Some clarity for this month. Clarity, Spirit. Okay. All right, we have the Lovers, King of Wands in reverse, 9 of Swords, Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and then we have the Page of Pentacles in the back. Yeah, so this very well could be, you know, like a romantic thing, where, you know, you're you're kind of trying to pick who's going to be the best lover for you, and it's kind of like keeping you up at night. But yeah, and like with the Ace of Cups in reverse and like the Wheel of Fortune, like you might not be having the best luck right now in like the romantic department, or like in a partnership. Like, you know, it could be, you know, somebody you're married to, like you could be having like some disharmony in your relationship with your significant other, because you're almost kind of being pulled in too many different directions, and you know, you're not able to think clearly. You're too stressed out about kind of what's going to happen rather than what is. Yeah, like you're almost too focused on kind of like the future rather than right now. And there's nothing wrong with looking forward to the future. I mean, you know, planning is fantastic. But when it gets to a point where, you know, you're so focused on what could pan out rather than what is right now in this moment, you know, it kind of takes away from the fun of it, really. You know, it's almost like creating you too much distress, where like it is starting to kind of have an impact on your relationship. I mean, and it's like you kind of feel like you're hitting like a bad patch right now. Like you're not feeling very lucky at the moment. Yeah, you're stressed. You're stressed, and you're you know, you're probably not. You might not be sleeping well. You know, you might be having some weird dreams too that, you know, are kind of keeping you up. But yeah, overall, I'm kind of getting this vibe where it's you. Whatever decision that you need to make is stressing you out, and it's kind of like having an impact on all areas of your life. And you know, this, with the Wheel of Fortune being in reverse, like the Wheel of Fortune is a circle, you know, what goes up must come down. So even if you're feeling right now like you're not feeling very lucky, you know, things aren't working out for you, things aren't going your way, it's not panning out how you expected, that's okay. We are meant to experience, you know, some failures every now and then. We're meant to experience some patches of bad luck, because that's how we learn and grow. I'm not saying that it's fun by any means. Like, obviously, whatever this is like having you really stressed, and it's having, you know, kind of a negative impact on your relationships with others, you know, especially, like I said, if you're married, like could be really taking a toll on your relationship with your significant other. So getting that you need to kind of take some time to just really reflect, and I feel like once you actually like make the decision, whatever it is that, you know, you're contemplating, once you make that decision, you're kind of be out of this, because the stress of trying to figure out what it is which path that you want to go is, like I said, taking a toll on all areas of your life, mentally, physically, emotionally, with your relationships with yourself. So once you can kind of like make that choice, like it's going to relieve that stress. You know, you're going to be able to flip and have that, you know, Wheel of Fortune, and have that good luck and good karma coming back. You know, if this is with a significant other, like this could be a karmic relationship where, you know, you need to kind of maybe cut the ties with that person. You know, maybe that person, your lover, is what's holding you back. Maybe they're preventing you from being able to make, you know, the most appropriate decision for what's in line with your higher purpose. So maybe you need to, you know, have like some communication with them, as far as, you know, what the future looks like for you, and for you as an individual and you as a pair, because, you know, like relationships are a two-way street. You know, when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's not just you that you have to be concerned about. you also need to take into consideration your partner's thoughts and feelings as well. You know, especially if you have kids. You know, there's a lot of moving pieces in here. But yeah. With that, let's get some advice for you Pisces from the Mother Maiden Crone. See what they have for you this month. Oh, goodness. That's too many. Let's try this again. Okay. Inner life. Your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. Yeah, so I'm really feeling like there needs to be like some kind of internal reflection. Like I said, if this is something that, you know, like maybe like your partner's holding you back or whatever, it might need to be something that you actually voice. Like you might be keeping this internally. But with that said, like, you know, your thoughts and how you feel about yourself are really important. Like they'll have a huge impact on how you make decisions, and interact with others. So, if you need to take that time, like meditate, reflect on, you know, your own personal feelings, excuse me, and really let that grow and blossom. You know, sometimes you need to water your own garden, you know, instead of watering everybody else's. All right, let's get some more insight from oracles here. All right. We have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So yeah, Pisces, that's definitely for you. And nothing will come out of this situation, void of course moon. That's really interesting with the nothing will come of this situation. So maybe I'm getting that like you made a decision that you thought was going to kind of be the end all of decisions and kind of, you know, bring in, you know, that financial abundance and that emotional prosperity. And it's not panning out how it was. But only you know that, Pisces. Only you are able to know what does and doesn't work for you. So that's why it's really important to meditate and kind of figure out what you want and work on your inner flow, because that can have a huge impact on your external. So let's get some more advice from the stars here. Let's see what they have for you. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Yeah, so you might have to do some, you know, inner child work, and kind of, like I said, really look at that inner life. You know, maybe you have like a wounded inner child that, you know, needs to be kind of acknowledged and addressed, and accepted, because a lot of times, you know, if you haven't done any inner child work, you know, the beliefs that you have today as an adult, you know, stem from how we were as children. So if you haven't kind of come to terms with, you know, things that happened to you as a kid, you know, that it will have a huge impact on your relationships with yourself, with others. So definitely take that time to do some inner work, whether it is inner child or what have you. Definitely want to do some inner reflection. And finally, let's get an affirmation for the month. We have a couple here. I take time to appreciate those around me and show them gratitude daily. I am fully connected to my life's purpose and I am taking the right steps every day. I value myself enough to nourish my mind, body, and soul. And my energy is amazing. It fuels me and those around me. Yeah, so, you know, the cards speak for themselves, babe. Value yourself. Take the time to love yourself for who you are, and fully connect with who you are and your life's purpose. And that will be able to stem into your relationships, you know, externally as well. So with that, Pisces, I will leave it. Thank you so much for watching and joining me here today. I hope you heard what you needed, and I hope you have a fantastic month. I will see you again soon. Bye.